Hello everyone. Now in this video we will see how we can create server. So as of now we have created GraphQL resolver and then typedef and then MongoDB model. Now let's create server. So here we have index file. So similar to that we can use this one. Instead of writing a schema and def like this way, we can delete it and then we will use the typedef and a schema from here. So for that we have to basically import it, and import what we can do, we'll write const type defs equal to require, and then we will write here dot slash. So yes, instead of dot slash we can write this one, and then here we have GraphQL slash, and then we will use first typedef, and similarly we can do const resolvers equal to require, and then dot slash GraphQL slash resolvers. So these two things we have imported here. Along with that we have to, since this is MongoDB thing, so we have to import MongoDB as well. So we'll write const mongoose and then equal to require, and then we can say mongoose. So we have imported mongoose also. So as of now we have everything here, just we need to write, and this one we are adding in this Apollo server also. Now we have to write a code for MongoDB connection. So for that we have here port number, and then we can say the const URL, and this URL will be MongoDB URL. So for that we have to open our MongoDB Compass. So now in this MongoDB Compass we can see that here it is written MongoDB localhost and this one. So we can simply use it. If you don't have, then you can click on edit, and so whenever you will create a new connection, let's say if I am going to create a new connection, by default it will show something like that, and if you will click on fill connection individually, you will get this one, localhost and then port number. So basically we need to use that localhost and port number only to connect with the database, and if I click continue, then it will connect, although we have to make sure that MongoDB is started. So for that first we have to open command prompt, and then we'll have to write MongoD. Once you will write MongoD, if MongoDB is not installed as a service, in that case you have to do this, and after that you can click on connect. Now you can see your MongoDB is connected, and from here if you will click again connect to, then it will initialize, and from here you will get the localhost and port number. So few seconds ago, and now you can see we have this one MongoDB localhost and port number. So we will use this one in our code, and here we can write MongoDB //localhost 2707, and then we can say the database name. So let's say database name is my local DB. So here if you will see, let's close it, my local DB, right? In this one we have articles, this document is already there, and in this one we have this thing, right? So as of now we are trying to read it, so let me just delete one, and here we have only these two things. So what we will do here, we can write my.local.db. this is just a database name, my local DB, and then whatever things here, let it be for now. So we have just added MongoDB connection URL, and if you have installed MongoDB first time, then you can simply click here, and you can create a new database from here, right? Create a database and then give the database name and one default collection name, and then manually you can insert this thing. from add data. Although in the next video we will see how we can insert data also, but for now we are trying to use it. So we have here localhost URL, and then what we will do, we'll have to write mongoose dot connect, and then we'll have to pass this URL comma, and then we will use new URI parser, and here we will say true, and then we can say use find and modify is basically false, right? So this is by default, we will give these things, and by doing this it will basically connect to your DB, and then what we will write, mongoose dot connection dot once, and here we will check if connection is open. Once, then open, and after that we can say if it is open, then connect to the database. So we can say here console.log, and then we'll say database connection is successful, right? Database connection is successful. We have connected to the database, and so this is once, and then let's say if we have some error, in that case also we can print something. So we'll write mongoose dot connection dot on, and we can say if we have error, right? In that case we can simply write some message, right, that console.log, and then we can say error while connecting database. So something like this we can write here. So by adding these 4-5 lines, you will be able to connect to your database. Now next thing that we have to do is we have to write server, and then we have here Apollo server, which we are already using, and right now we don't need this GQL, since GQL we have already used in GraphQL part. And then here we have servers, so in that server we will write typedef, and resolvers we will write this one. Then we have servers dot listen, and then we have given port number, and by doing this it will be connected to your database. That's all we need to do. Let's start the server. So we'll write node index.js. Database connection is successful, server is started. So now let's go to the GraphQL and refresh this. So now this one is not available since we have removed that code. Instead of that, what we will write, we'll write here query, right? So suppose in our query, if we will go here in resolver, we have articles and then article. So in this articles, if I'll copy it, and if you will go here in the docs, you will see we have two things, articles and then article. So instead of writing this, we will write articles, and in this articles, now whatever things you want, you can specify here what all fields you want. So suppose I need ID, and then simply send it. You can see we are getting the ID, and this ID we are getting from here. So this one is the ID, right? And let's say if you need title, so you don't need to do any other thing, you simply write here title and then click. You can see now in output we have articles, and this is one array type. We are getting title, and then if you will write here the other field which is available, content. So if I write here content, click next, you will see content is also there. This is to get all the data, right, as per your requirement. You don't need to change anything, right? This is simple one. You have to send it, you will get the output. Now suppose I need to get output based on the ID. In that case, you have to first mark it. I mean, either you can change it or maybe you can mark it with hash. So hash is used to make it comment. So if you will select this all and press control shift hash or control and then the forward slash, then your internal code will be commented. Control and then, so I can write here ctrl plus this symbol. You have to write to make it comment. Now here I want to find based on the ID, so I have to write article, and then as per the document you can see in article we have to pass the argument. So argument should be ID. So here I can copy this ID and then I will pass it in this way. Let me just write single quote and then I will pass it. And ID equal to this one, right? So do you mean double quote? Okay, so let's add a double quote, right? So we have given ID and then what all fields you need. So let's say I need only title. Let's try whether it is working or not. Perfect. So now you can see for this ID we are getting the data. And then let's say if I want ID also, you will see ID, content, you will see content. So it's quite fast, as well as you can add here multiple requests at a time with different arguments, and whatever things you want in response you can do better this way. So documentation is also available here. You can use this document. In this document you can see these all things are available. And what is this? So you can read this for the documentation purpose also. You don't need to write any extra thing for this. It is already by default available, and once you will click on a schema, then you will see what all things is happening internally, right? Hope you have now idea how we can use query things in our GraphQL. In the next tutorial we will see how we can insert data, update data. Thank you.